From A Christmas Carol to The Nightmare Before Christmas, there's often a spooky undertone to the winter solstice and the Christmas holiday season, and it's not just a creation of Hollywood.
Christmas has always been the darkest holiday of the year, the most frightening holiday of the year.
Even before we meet writer and paranormal investigator Jeff Belanger at the Fall River Public Library, we encounter a unique display in the lobby. Instead of a star, the tree is adorned with a skull. What is going on here?
It's a time to be very, very afraid because there's monsters in the darkness coming for us. And if the monsters don't kill you, the cold and winter could.
Well, that's a cheerful thought. So, has Christmas really crossed over to the dark side? As Belanger notes, that's actually where it began, at least in the eyes of colonial New Englanders.
When the Puritans were in control, they literally banned Christmas. They called it, quote, satanical, and so they shut it down. And it stayed shut down for decades until a new king of England got on the throne and said, people love this holiday, I'm just going to let them have it again.
Still, it would take some time for the holiday to shed its unearthly image.
In the Victorian era, Halloween wasn't a thing at all. Christmas was when you read ghost stories, and each year, periodicals, newspapers, magazines would publish dozens of the creepiest tales they could find that you could read around the fireplace.
But why did that change? Well, follow the green, and we don't mean holly. In 1931, Coca-Cola began using Santa Claus as its unpaid pitchman, and soon other businesses followed suit.
There was no room for any of the dark monsters, so they sort of went back into the shadows where they've been lying in wait. But I'm here to tell you, they're coming back.
The most infamous of these Yuletide terrors, the ghastly goat-like Krampus. A creature of European folklore, he's the one exhibited in the library ahead of Belanger's lecture on the tradition.
He's the enforcer. He works with St. Nicholas. They go together. St. Nicholas rewards the good. Krampus punishes those that aren't so good. He's wrapped in chains. He's got horns. He's got a forked tongue. Might have hooved feet. And then he gets a movie deal. And he goes mainstream. And all of a sudden, there's Krampus festivals and there's Krampus societies,
including one chapter based in Rhode Island. So we head to Providence to meet those behind this holiday horror.
My name's Caleb Sheridan.
Kelsey Andrade.
We represent the Krampus Society of New England. He is a goat-like anthropomorphic figure from the European folklore Alpine region, and basically he was a scare tactic used for everyone to work hard in time so everyone could survive the following year.
Really? Why celebrate him?
I think that people are drawn to this darker side of the holiday because historically it is a difficult time. I see it as more of a driving force to motivate people. You know, better days are right around the corner.
The group even hosts an annual Krampus Ball, which, though spookily themed, is quite similar to other gatherings of the season.
At the heart is about coming together.
And being able to dress up as something that you're not and just be with other people.
But again, why toast a scoundrel like Krampus instead of St. Nick?
I think ultimately we all have a dark sense of humor.
I think so.
Elf on the shelf, Krampus on the mantle.
Or in the case of Stoneham's Kathleen Noel, Funny Bones. While her decorations attract plenty of eyeballs during Halloween, they shine even brighter in December.
I just decided to start dressing them in Christmas clothes. I love it. I think it's great. The kids love it. The daycare comes by. I have adults coming that used to come as kids are now coming back with their children, which makes it nice.
And as we embark on the darkest days of the year, what's wrong with that?
It brings me joy. I love it. When I drive down the street, I see the lights from the corner, and I'm like, oh, I'm almost home.
Well, it's certainly a twist. Christmas, of course, is an important religious holiday for Christians, while many of these other practices are organized around the pagan traditions of the season. Now, back to the Krampus Society of New England. They held their annual Krampus Ball earlier this month, where guests were asked to donate pet supplies to the Faxon Animal Care and Adoption Center in Fall River.